Hey Scooby-Doo friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathy and this is my channel, Kathy's Country Life. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I hope you find something that you like. If you do, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. If you're a returning viewer, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Today, I'm a little, well, it's not melancholy is the word. I guess it's just with the holidays and thinking back and on Christmas memories and things like that. And of course cooking, which is my love. You know, I think back to what my mother used to make as the Christmas cookies, candies, treats during the holidays. And I got out, which I have not looked through in quite a long time, is my mother's recipe box. I got this when she passed away in 2018. No, 2019. Sorry, she passed away in 2019. And I got her recipe book, her recipe box that I grew up knowing that she had, and a lot of her handwritten recipes are in here. And I started going through them and I found a lot of memories in here, especially candies and stuff that she made during the holidays. So I thought, in tribute to her and to go down memory lane, I'm going to start cooking some of the stuff that she made. The things that I remember fondly of and that I liked. And I'm hoping to use this kind of like a video diary for any family members, especially for my nephew, my son, my daughter, my daughter-in-law, and any future grandchildren, great-grandchildren that I might be blessed with. So they can see what their grandmother, great-grandmother, however, some of her recipes that she made during the holidays. So, anyway, mushy stuff is over. So, the two things that I'm going to make today are her orange balls and potato candy. These are vintage recipes, and there goes my husband's phone, and he's outside. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that. Hubby is outside washing and washing the porches, and I knew his phone would just be going crazy because it always does, so I just took his phone out there. So if you hear strange banging noises and all that, he's out there washing off the porches. So anyway, we're going to make, okay, the orange rolls, which are not like cinnamon rolls. They're balls made with orange juice concentrate, which I didn't really realize that they still made, but you remember these little cans. I know that, you know, in the 70s this was a big thing to buy for your orange juice. You just mix it with water. Vanilla wafers, and it's rolled up in a ball and then rolled in coconut or powdered sugar, whatever you like. And those I remember distinctly. They are part of my childhood memories, is those candies. And then potato candy, which I'm sure most of you probably have heard of, but it's made with potatoes, confectioners, sugar, and peanut butter, and it's rolled up and it looks like pinwheels. I guess some people may call them potato pinwheels. But anyway, so we're going to make those two today. So come along down memory lane with me as we get started. Okay, first thing we're going to do is I've got a box of Nilla wafers. This is an 11-ounce box of Nilla wafers, and you need these to be crushed, and I'm just going to use my blender to crush them. You can, you know, squeeze the bag, however, but you know, Nilla wafers are kind of hard, so I'm going to just stick them in my blender over here and just get those crushed up. Never get the lid in the right position. Okay, I'm just going to pulse these up real quick. Easy breezy. These in the garbage. Okay, so now I have got to get my glasses on so I can see what I'm, look at the recipe and see what I'm doing here. Okay. All right, I need 1 stick of butter melted, so let me get that done. Let me get everything ready so we can just start dumping and making. Okay, I'm gonna bring you down. Okay, what I have in here is 1 cup of melted butter. It's still pretty warm. This is the orange juice concentrate, and the little tube roll is 12 ounces, and you just need 6 ounces. So I'm just gonna add half of it. And then I'm going ahead and adding it in here because the butter is kind of warm, and this will help melt it a little bit. There I go, making a mess. Okay, and to this, I'm going to add up my crushed Nilla wafers. God, that smells heavenly. Who doesn't love Nilla wafers? Okay, we're going to stir and get this combined. You could have like thawed the orange juice out completely, set it out for a couple of hours. I didn't. So I'm just gonna work this in here and try to get all of those vanilla wafer crumbs wet, moistened, I guess. I loved these things growing up. My mother would make, you know, tons of Christmas candies, and she had all those tins that like butter cookies came in, and she'd put them all in that, and she had a real big one that she'd use just year after year after year. It was really big. It was kind of like an oval, and it was gold, and it had a pretty print on it with the lid. And when she passed away, my son got it, and I told him that if he got it, he had to fill it up with Christmas candies and bring it every Christmas. He hasn't yet, but maybe he'll watch these videos and get nostalgic. That's what I was thinking of. I was feeling nostalgic, and maybe he will too, and start a tradition of his own. He likes to cook. My daughter likes to cook too. Okay, and to this I'm going to add a half a cup of chopped pecans. As incorporated. And then 2 cups of confectioner sugar, powdered sugar, however you want to say it. This is a 2-cup measuring cup. I'm going to try to get this mixed in as well as possible with my spatula until I have to get in there with my hands. So I'm just sitting here and I'm working it in, getting all the confectioner sugar. I started to say flour because normally you're working to knead in flour, but I'm kneading in the confectioner sugar, getting the pecans distributed. Now then, this is something that has to be kept in the refrigerator. So you need the refrigerator space for it. I don't have the refrigerator space for it. So these can be frozen too. So I'll probably keep a couple of them out in the refrigerator. Well, more than a couple, but a few in the refrigerator for us to snack on. I'm going to put the rest of it in the freezer, and then I can just pull it out Christmas Eve when the kids and everybody's here. Okay. We got it all mixed in. I'm going to wash my hands and we're going to come back and roll these out. Okay, let me get... It's a sad day here because the only cookie scoop that I have is a bigger one. I think y'all probably have seen me use those if you've watched any of my past videos. It's a big one, and I don't want these big. I want them small, and I need to get me a smaller cookie scoop. I had a Pampered Chef one. I have no idea where it is. So I'm just going to use a teaspoon, and I'm going to do a teaspoon kind of up a, what do you call it? Mound it up just a tad and roll it up in a ball. What I need to do, hold on one second, let's make this easier. Okay, you need a bag of sweetened coconut flakes. This is 14 ounces. I'm just going to put this in a pie plate. I'm coming. I'm not going to need all this, but I'll save the bag, put it back in if I don't need all this. So I think what I'm going to do is, because you need to roll these in coconut while they're still moist, then we're just going to roll it around in coconut and then put it on the parchment. Yeah. I was going to roll them all out and then start dipping them in coconut, but we'll just kill two birds with one stone, as they say. So we're just going to roll it around. Okay, I'll fast forward through me doing them all. Got them all done, rolled out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some in a little container to put in the refrigerator to keep, and then the rest of them I'm going to stick this whole sheet pan in the freezer and let them flash freeze before I bag them up. Okay, that's for us to snack on until Christmas. Okay, I'm going to go stick these in the freezer and get ready for our next recipe, and I'll be back. Okay, for the next recipe, the potato candy, I've got one medium-sized russet potato. I'm going to wash it, peel it, cube it, and boil it till it's soft. So I'm gonna get that started, and then I'll be back with you when I'm ready to start mixing it all together. Okay, potato candy time. Alright, I just washed out the bowl that I was using, and I've got one stick of melted butter. Let me bring you down here. One stick of melted butter, and I've got that potato. I boiled it, and then I just put it to this strainer, and I let all the liquid strain off and get cool. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mash this through this strainer to get any lumps and bumps out and keep it kind kind of smooth. If you've got a potato ricer, you could use that. Or, I mean, you can just mash it up the best that you can and put it in there. But since I strained it in here, I thought, well, I would just use it. And what you're wanting is about a half a cup of mashed potatoes. And when I boiled these, you don't add any salt, no seasonings, no butter, except for the butter you put in here. But it's just plain old water boiled taters. Okay. Get this mixed in. You can do this with a hand mixer or your stand mixer, or however you want to do it. I'm going to try to just do this with my spatula and the tools God gave me. Okay, now then, we're going to start adding confectioner sugar. It's probably going to take about 6 cups. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 cups in, and then we're going to start working it. So, this don't really taste like potato. It's called potato candy. Potato is mainly used as the binder for a butter powdered sugar mixture. Okay, that's all mixed in. And it's going to get more liquidy and more liquidy the more you mess with it. So that's why it takes so much powdered sugar. Sorry, I'm having issues here. Okay, that's another about 2 cups. Mix it in. And we're wanting a pretty stiff dough, something that I can roll into a ball and it stay is the consistency that we're wanting. And that's why you really don't want to put wet potatoes in here. You want to strain them pretty good because they've already got moisture in them, but you want any extra drained off. Let me do it this way. I think it'd be easier. Maybe not. This is not the powdered sugar day. Oh! Okay, let's just work that in. I should have put my apron on. I knew I was going to have a big mess with all this powdered sugar. Boop. And it's a pale yellow color because I use that grass-fed butter, which is a really deep yellow. So right now we got a pale yellow going on. having to switch arms because it's thick and it gets tiring. I almost forgot before it gets to the consistency I want. I do want to put about a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, finally got it to the consistency that I wanted. It is like a Play-Doh. You can work with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some saran wrap, plastic wrap out. This dough has a tendency to dry out very easy. So I'm going to wrap it up in some plastic wrap. And we're going to put it in the refrigerator and let it chill for about an hour. You need it to chill, firm up some to be able to roll it out. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and I'll be back in an hour. Okay. It's been 55 minutes, so it's been an hour. That's my impatience coming through. So it's firm. Let me bring it down. Okay, I'm going to work with half of the dough at a time. I'm going to cut this. And I've got a powdered sugar covered cutting board. I'm going to wrap this half back up and stick it in the refrigerator because I don't want it to start getting too soft on me. Okay. I'm just going to cover it liberally with powdered sugar. And we're going to start rolling it. I'm going to get my big one. And if it's too firm and it starts breaking like that, we're just going to let this sit for a few more minutes out of the refrigerator to soften it up just a bit. Okay. Not a perfect rectangle, but it will do. Okay, got creamy peanut butter. I'm going to spread this out. I'm going to work with a half a cup to start. And you don't want to get it to the edges. Leave the edges clean. And this is where I need an offset spatula that I don't have. I just want to do a fairly thin layer. A little bit more just around the edge here. I'm going to say this is about a half a cup. Okay, we're going to try to roll it up. And you're going to start long edge. Getting it started is the hardest. And I probably should have put more powdered sugar down than I did, because it is sticking some. That's a good thing about making 2 rolls. This one can be our eaten on one, and the other one could be the one that I serve, because I'll know to put more powdered sugar. I'm just using the butter knife to scrape and make sure it comes free underneath. And I got peanut butter on my hand, so it came on the outside. Okay. Got a sheet pan with parchment. Get a sharp knife, and I'm going to start in the middle. And I'm going to cut the middle, the half in half. Then we'll start cutting them in discs. And there we have it. Now these can be frozen up to 3 months, and so what I'm going to do is put these in the freezer and flash freeze them, and then put them in a bag, and then I'll get them out and they'll just have to. Okay, got them all done. Stick these in the freezer, let them flash freeze. I got the orange balls out. They're nice and hard, and I'm just going to put those in a freezer bag and stick them back in the freezer. These will be so good. I tried one of the potato candies, and delicious, just like I remember. I have got the chicken spinach artichoke casserole. I've had it thawing all day. That I did with my freezer meals. If you haven't checked out that video, please do. But it's been thawing. I've got my oven preheated. I'm going to stick that in the oven, get it all hot and warm, and I'm going to boil some egg noodles. And we're going to have it as a pasta dish. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I've got some more recipes from my mom's recipe box that I'll be doing tomorrow and a couple of days this week. And I'm excited about this one. You can't see it. So stay tuned. Thank you again for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. And y'all have a blessed day. Thanks.